NBC3 Sports, awarded Best Sportscast by the New York State Broadcasters Association.
The Scott Schaefer era will end with the 2015 Syracuse Orange football campaign. Good evening, I'm Niko Tamurian, live outside the Carrier Dome tonight. New athletic director Mark Coyle making that decision official this morning. He did so after meeting with the entire coaching staff and then meeting with the entire team. Coyle is citing a necessary change in leadership behind his decision today. Now, Scott Schaefer coaching in just under 3 seasons now. One more game this Saturday will complete his 3rd season on the SU Hill. But after that game, he will be relieved of his duties as Orange head coach. Meanwhile, a national search underway for the next leader of Syracuse football, but that's a story for another day. Tonight, Scott Schaefer let go 1 game shy of his final season. Schaefer's recruits still mostly underclassmen. Here's a look at Scott Schaefer, his era by the facts. The record stands at 13-23 in almost 3 seasons of work. The first campaign, 7-6. The last 2 seasons, and ultimately the reason he is being let go, featured 3 win seasons. That, of course, can change with Boston College Saturday. It is important to note over the past 2 seasons, 6 different quarterbacks have seen significant action. It's really uncanny to see that in the world of football. 4 different QBs playing in each of the last 2 seasons. Last year, Terrell Hunt, Austin Wilson, A.J. Long, and Mitch Kimball. This year it was Hunt Wilson, Eric Dungy, and Zach Mahoney. Coach Schaefer is the 4th coach since 2004. Soon, there will be a 5th, something that former assistant coach Bob Casulo says is setting a dangerous precedent.
Oh, I was shocked with the timing. I mean, you got another week to the season to go. I don't see the significance to doing this. I don't know what type of advantage. Apparently, they think there's an advantage for doing this a week before the season ends. I just think it's an embarrassing situation to put Coach Schaefer in. You know, he's a good man. He's dedicated at least about the last 7 or 8 years to this program. And, you know, call him in next week when the season's over and, you know, say we're going in a different direction and part ways. Don't do it now.
Earlier tonight, I spoke with Rob Long, the former Orange punter who courageously beat a cancerous tumor in his brain back in 2010. He played 2 seasons under Schaefer.
So unfortunately, the team hasn't been doing too well, and you drop 8 straight after starting 3-0. And even though they played LSU well, they played Clemson well, they're in the games. It's just, it's a business, and if you're not winning, there's not a whole lot of moral victories in Division I football. So kind of a tough timing, but I think it allows them to, the administration and athletic director Coyle to kind of move forward and start their search and let candidates know that they're looking actively.
The question now is, what is next for the Orange? For Coach Schaefer, it is hoping to go out on a high note, beating Boston College Saturday. For Syracuse University, it's finding that next head coach. A very reliable source telling me tonight that Ed Orgeron, the current LSU defensive line coach, is very, very interested in the now soon-to-be vacant Syracuse Orange coaching job. Orgeron, you may remember, was the head coach at Ole Miss, interim head coach at USC. He has 4 national championships as an assistant coach in college football. So that's a name to keep an eye on as we go forward here. But for now, reporting live outside the Carrier Dome, I'm Niko Tamurian. Scott Schaefer's time as a Syracuse head coach is coming to a close. Good evening, I'm Niko Tamurian. Syracuse athletic director Mark Coyle citing a change for leadership within the football program. Agree or disagree, Schaefer will be let go with less than 3 full seasons under his belt as Orange head coach. The question always asked now is what's next? For Schaefer, it's the idea of going out on a high note, beating Boston College Saturday. For SU, it's the idea of finding a new head coach. One potential candidate would listen if he gets the call. I caught up with Ed Orgeron tonight. Ed was an assistant at SU in the 90s, a head coach at Ole Miss and USC. Currently, the video you see here, the defensive line coach at LSU. Orgeron telling me that Syracuse is a pretty special place to be.
Here's the deal. I'm not politicking for the job. I've been called, see if I was interested. Love to be interviewed up there, see if they have interest in me. I think it's a fantastic place. Whether I get it or not, my years at Syracuse were fantastic. I learned a lot in coaching. I was ready to be a coordinator and a head coach after I left Syracuse because of the knowledge. I left the ball basketball, and plus I love the Italian food up there. I think it's great.
There still is good Italian places
There
up here.
sure are.
Syracuse, to reiterate, has not reached out to Orgeron, but he's saying hypothetically, if they did, he would absolutely take the call.
And as far as we know, he doesn't have any connection in the past to Mark Coyle or anything
Right,
like
exactly.
that, right?
He's just aware of what's happened there, and when I reached out to him, yeah, sure, he'd be interested in coming to the Orange.
All right, thank you, Niko. There's a little insight there. Now,
Sports director Niko Tamurian was there at Coach Schaefer's final game with Syracuse.
Scott Schaefer leaves Syracuse University as a winner. I'm Niko Tamurian at the Carrier Dome. Regardless of which side of the fence you are on, whether you think Coach should still be here or if you agree with the decision to let him go, there is one undeniable fact here. A game-winning field goal over Boston College delivers Coach a victory in his exit from the Carrier Dome.
Great victory for our seniors, really excited for them. Wish it was celebrating 8 or 9 wins and going to a bowl game and all those types of things, but it's 4 wins, and it's better than 3. I want to thank my coaches. And 11 wives, 27 children on this staff, my family. God bless the brothers and sisters at Fort Drum, and especially the 10th Mountain Division. Hoorah for those men and women that protect our country. And, just God bless this community, and go Orange. That's it.
That was Coach's wife, Missy, encouraging him, obviously, an emotional conference. Schaefer has said time and time again after his dad coached in high school that it was his dream to be a head coach as well, a dream that may come true once again, but for now is over at Syracuse University. Reporting from the Carrier Dome, I'm Niko Tamurian. Dino Babers is the man Syracuse is now locked in on bringing to Central New York. Babers, currently the head coach at Bowling Green with a record of 17-9 in 2 seasons there. He's known for his fast-paced offense, which will remind some of Syracuse in 2012. Babers has been linked to several jobs this week. And despite getting his team ready for the MAC championship on Friday, listen to his response here when asked about reports that he would leave this week, especially when the reporter asked a follow-up question if his mind will change after Friday.
Well, I've turned down jobs, okay, because I want to play in the MAC championship game. I've lost jobs because I told them that I will play in the MAC championship game. I'm not going to trade what I want most for something at the moment. You know what I want most? Have you figured it out yet? I want to play in the MAC championship game. That's what I want most, more importantly than anything else.
So if the calls come after the MAC championship and you win the MAC championship, does the mindset change?
Sure it does. How did you like honesty? There you go.
Interesting. You have to like that. Babers and the Bowling Green Falcons will play Northern Illinois in the MAC championship Friday. But that was certainly interesting to see that he's admitting we're focused on the championship. But hey, after that, he's a hot commodity. All bets are off.
It's rare to hear a coach say
It really
something like
is,
that.
yeah.
Thanks, Niko. Right now, our sports director, Niko Tamurian, joins us live with more on SU's new hire. Niko.
Hey there, Matt. The Dino Babers era officially underway at Syracuse University. Babers, the 30th head coach at Syracuse, is already one of the most unique and energetic, confident that he's bringing a winner back to Syracuse. Dino Babers enters Central New York with plenty of applause. The newest leader of Syracuse football is a native of Hawaii and has coached all over the country. Given that, Babers has visions of grandeur for the future of the Orange.
Why Syracuse? Why not Syracuse? Why not? Tell me. You tell me why not. The tradition here is unbelievable. Unbelievable. We're talking about 44. We're talking about Jim Brown, Ernie Davis, Floyd Little. Heck, I know 39, Larry Zonka, okay? The tradition here is unbelievable. And the fan support, we need to give them what they deserve. And that's what I came here to do.
The offense that Babers brings to Syracuse is dynamic. In fact, this past season, his Bowling Green Falcons team averaged almost 600 yards per game. They won the MAC championship, by the way. Everywhere Babers has been, whether it's an assistant at Baylor, head coach at Eastern Illinois, or Bowling Green, he's been a winner. Babers is the first coach hired by Syracuse since at least the 1940s. That was a head coach at the FBS level or equivalent before coming to the Orange.
I wanted somebody who had a commitment to winning. And I'm confident that we found that person in Coach Babers.
I've had an opportunity to meet and greet a lot of different people in this great nation of ours. And I'm hoping that I can be embraced because I really believe there's special things that are going to happen here. This is a move of faith, belief without evidence. I really believe that we're going to start something that people are going to be talking about for a long, long time. This is not a destination job for me. I mean, this can be a destination job for me. Sorry. A little nervous.
Hey, you can't blame him for being a little nervous, right? But other than that, knock the press conference out of the park. You mentioned in the introduction the first African-American coach at Syracuse at the first school where the first African-American won the Heisman Trophy. So that's also special to Babers as well. And he was, the one thing that stuck out to me, he spent about 45 minutes to an hour just meeting members of the community, members of the media, just sitting there and talking, getting to know everybody, his first day on the job.
I thought it was also interesting he talked about recruiting, that he has assistants that are already working on that.
By now, they're probably already on the road. Yes, he said they're on the launch pad, ready to start recruiting today for Syracuse.
All right, Niko, more later on in sports.